Good day everyone. My name is Rubie Magsalay and today we will discuss about rubrics as part of Chapter 2 entitled Performance Assessment. We all know that scoring performance assessment is typically done with checklists, rating scale, and rubrics. But today, we will focus our discussion about rubrics. So what is rubric? A rubric is a scoring guide that includes a scale that spans different levels of competency. It is most common and it is most effective. It organizes and gives more details to the criteria. So this uses a description of different levels of quality on each criteria, or a two-dimensional table with criteria on one side and the scale on the other side. So the rubric communicates the essence of what is being assessed, and the goal is to communicate standard-based judgment. So there are 8 ways of developing rubrics, but take note, rubrics are best developed by combining several different procedures. So number 1, gather performance samples and determine the distinguishing characteristics. Number 2, put a group of student samples into 3 qualitatively different piles. Number 3, examine the samples to see what distinguishes them. Number 4, review initial thinking about the scale with others. Number 5, after feedback from others, write the first draft of the descriptors at each point of the rating scale. Number 6, use the first draft of the rubric with additional samples of the student's work to verify if it functions as intended. Number 7, revise as needed and try it again with more samples of work. And lastly, repeat until the rubric provides a valid, reliable, and fair way to judge student performance and use student feedback as part of the process. There are 2 types of scoring rubrics, namely holistic and analytic rubrics. So in a holistic rubrics, each category contains several criteria yielding a single score that gives an overall rating. So for example of holistic rubrics is displayed on your screen, so kindly look it up. So that is an example of holistic rubric. So holistic rubric is appropriate to be used when the purpose of the assessment is summative. So the advantages of using holistic rubric includes being simple and that it can only provide a reasonable summary rating whereby all traits are efficiently combined, the work is scored quickly, and only one score results. However, the disadvantage of using holistic rubrics is that it reveals with little specific information. So usually it only assesses one criteria. So it does not really accommodate other competency of the student. So that's the disadvantage of holistic rubrics. So let's proceed to other example of rubrics, which is the analytic rubric. So in an analytic rubric, each criterion receives a separate score. So for example, if you look at the screen, we have 4 categories being assessed. So diba, it is different from holistic rubric. So the advantages of using analytical rubric is that it provides better diagnostic information and feedback. it is useful as formative assessment. And then, the student's strengths and weaknesses are more clearly expressed. And students can connect their preparation and effort with the evaluation. On the other hand, the disadvantage of using analytic rubric is that it takes longer to create and score. So whenever possible, use analytic rubric so that once created, it can serve the teacher for many years. It can be used for a long time, for how many years the teacher will be teaching. So it is very useful as well. Both of these scoring rubrics are important in assessment. That would be all. Thank you for listening.